All right, this week I'm working on trying to get all my miles in before work. It's like 8:30, I've worked at 11, so getting a few miles in before then. I used to be a morning person, but I feel like I'm not anymore. I feel like some context to why I want to be filming myself quite a bit. Few reasons why. One, I love creating video content. I spent a lot of my life photographing things, and I've won awards. I've done that part. I was a wedding photographer and videographer for a hot second. Video was this thing that I wasn't really good at for a long time, and I want to keep building that skill. And then I found the rhythm. But the problem with wedding videos is that I was telling someone else's story, but also trying to tell my story through that, and that just got really jumbled, and that's okay. I'm like totally fine having done that, and now moving on from that. Now I want to kind of keep flexing that creative muscle with video. I have about 12 terabytes of my life filmed. I don't know what to do with any of it. I tried something with it before, it didn't really work out too well, so now I'm kind of starting again from square one. But there's a year gap that I took from the last thing I filmed to now, the year plus now. And in that year, when I was in New York City, arguably one of the most creative places in the United States, probably in the world, everyone's doing something, all these things. I just got bogged down and was just not in a great place mentally, and I lost a lot of joy and a lot of steam to want to create. My camera collected dust that whole time. It just sat in a suitcase underneath a bed or on a shelf and just was never used until I had like a wedding gig, and then I'd dust it off, pull it out, and then when I was filming that wedding gig, I'd be like really difficult to want to be creative and try to find the flow, and it just didn't work out. My time in New York was a blast nonetheless. I made a lot of good friends, all that stuff. However, the creative side, the mental side of it just was not great. Looking back at that year, taking a break from being creative and filming myself and doing all this, I think I have so many ideas now that I want to turn into something. But I have to take baby steps to get there because it feels so overwhelming. And the way my brain works, I'm sure your brain probably works the same. If I overcomplicate something, I just don't do it. It's a lot of effort to create a video, it's a lot of effort to edit, find music, whatever you want to do with it. And for me, the idea of this is just to keep it bare bones, super simple, a weekly log of my life. At some point, I want to turn this into something a little bit more daily. Don't think I'm leading the most interesting life at the moment like I used to be, and that's okay. I have some things coming up in my life that I'm documenting this for. So I can just have a carbon copy for myself, just watch the progress of like where I started, where I'm going, what I'm doing, and ultimately getting to that goal. The first big goal that I have coming up is I'm running the Hood to Coast race at the end of August. It's a 196-mile relay race. So I have two vans. I'm in van number one with a team of 8 people, and we start at like 3 in the morning, I think Friday or Saturday morning, and we just run for 2 days. It's gonna be super exciting. I've never done anything like that, nor have I really signed up for a team event or race, like an organized race like this. So it's gonna be a lot of firsts for me, but that's why I'm running so much. That's why I'm trying to get all my miles in before work so that I can like actually properly train and feel confident running these distances. The thing that I'm running into that's difficult is actual consistency, and the trouble that I'm running into is consistency and motivation to actually train. I feel like you probably understand this. I work really well on deadlines, and I work really well under pressure when it's right up at the last second. So I'm sure I have 30 days to really make sure I'm in shape and healthy and not injured. And I'm sure as I get closer to the race, my intensity for training will ramp up, but I gotta be mindful to not hurt myself or get too intense before the race starts, because that would not be good if I injure myself or it's too intense of training and I'm just like wiped for the race. It's definitely a learning curve for me. I've never trained, or like I said, I've never done this before, so I'm learning a lot about myself and I'm learning a lot about consistency and motivation. Consistency is so important, and I was going to the gym, 2 to 3 times a week, and even just with that small amount, eating whole foods and cutting out fast food completely and all these other life changes, I lost a bunch of weight and I got into really great shape. All of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I can see the muscles on my body. And that was a really weird feeling, but it was kind of cool. I really enjoyed seeing that progress. And so I'm starting to see the same progress with running. So I'm motivated to keep going, but keeping the consistency up while working a full-time job has been the ultimate challenge for me. It's something I've struggled with my entire life, being consistent and actually just sticking to a plan. And so right now I'm almost unlearning all these bad habits that I've developed my entire life. My 28 years of life, I've just developed bad habits of inconsistency. And now I'm trying to fix all of that. For me, I don't think it's necessarily a time problem. I work really weird hours at work. I'm on my feet for an average of 15 to 17,000 steps a day at work. And then I try to put my running shoes on at night and go for a 5 to 10 mile run. Exceptionally difficult, but I think the discipline of doing it and just staying consistent, even if the run isn't the most intense run I'll ever do in my life, I'm still showing up that night or that morning, and that's what counts, and that's what I'm working on. This week I've only ran 2 times. I have work at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so the hope is I can run tomorrow before work, and then a bunch of other like chores and things like that that I have to get done today. But we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. And with this video stuff that I'm doing, the idea with this is to just do it once a week where I sit down, bare bones. Creative aspect of it is coming later at some point when as I continue to work through this block that I'm in. And I just want to treat it like a check-in with myself. Okay, what did I do this week, and can I like talk about it, and can I post it out there to be held accountable for myself? I'm really excited to see where this level of training and consistency takes me. I have a lot of things that I want to do with my life, and this is one of them. Running is one of them. Climbing, skiing, doing these big races are all part of that. So it's been a good week. We'll see how this coming week goes, and we'll keep you updated